boxing first, that unpredictable element of tonight's programme. Kirkland Laing, even at 35 years old, with his sights still set on a world title chance, taking on the European champion Antoine Fernandez of France, possibly the toughest, most important fight of Laing's career. Ringside at Wembley's Grand Hall is Harry Carpenter.
Well, if ever a man needed to win a fight, tonight Kirkland Laing certainly needs to win this one. Laing, the oldest of all our British champions, will be 36 next month. He's had an astonishing career. He first won the British title back in 1979. A man who's beaten Roberto Duran. It's his second attempt to win the European title. He's never had a crack at the world title, and yet one knows that he has the talent. But his career has been frustrating for him and for us. And if he doesn't win tonight, then he can say goodbye to forever to any sort of chance at the world title. The man he has to face, the former French champion and the current European champion, the crew-cut Antoine Fernandez, or Fernandez as we prefer to call him, a southpaw known as Le Tigre, the Tiger, in France, and he's 10 years younger than Laing. So Laing has got no easy job, but he knows it's his last chance, and he'll be going all out.
Gentlemen, please. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the main event on this evening's promotion. National Promotions present a welterweight contest of 12 three-minute rounds for the Welterweight Championship of Europe. Presenting in this corner, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger from Hackney, the welterweight champion of Great Britain, Kirkland Laing. And from France, ladies and gentlemen, the welterweight champion of Europe, Antoine Fernandez. At the weigh-in today, both boxers scaled 10 stone 7 pounds. The officials for this contest, ladies and gentlemen, appointed by the EBU. Referee is Mr. Walter Schall of Austria. Judges, Jose Lazaro Carrasco of Spain, Werner Amrein of Switzerland, and the EBU supervisor is Dr. Gerard Schober of Austria. The timekeeper, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Danny Peacock.
Well, Laing has had those Rastafarian dreadlocks pulled back into a very neat ponytail, and that's been done by his girlfriend, Paula. There was a complaint from the French camp when they first saw Kurt's hairstyle that it was dangerous and might get in their man's eyes, but all protests are over now. Laing looks as cheerful and as smart as he's ever looked. But he is the most temperamental of men, and you never quite know what he's going to do. He could be brilliant, he could be awful, we never know. Fernandez, a man who's been beaten only once in his career as a professional. Referee from Austria, Walter Schall. 12 rounds, welterweight championship of Europe at stake. And I think we'll very quickly get a clue as to how Kirkland Laing is going to perform as soon as the bell goes. The gifted one, he calls himself. Hands down, typical Laing. The Frenchman is a southpaw. Laing decided, I think, to tease the Frenchman a little bit. Hope he doesn't lose concentration like he did against Buck Smith, the American, earlier this year. Got done with one punch in the 7th round there. get cautioned in a minute for pushing. Well, the Frenchman's come to have a fight anyway. Fairly typical Kirkland Laing opening. Getting caught. That's not so typical. Got a fair bit of reach advantage here by the look of it. And that was a fair left hand from Fernandez, and it made Laing blink. When he does go to work, he's got very quick hands. And the speed of those hands might just have surprised the Frenchman. And now the Laing punches are beginning to rat-tat-tat into the head of the Frenchman without reply. Quite a lively opening round there, once Laing decided to get going a bit. Frenchman came to attack, Laing came to tease, and then towards the end he showed what he can do with those quick rapping punches to the head of Fernandez. And it was noticeable that Fernandez had to take them, and he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't bring in any sort of reply at all. Mickey Duff leaning in through from the left there. Still has a lot of faith in Laing. Still believes that Laing could win the World Welterweight Championship. But he has to win tonight, or else. This is Fernandez's second defense.
Standing up. Round 2.
Fernandez won this title last December in Amiens from Nino La Rocca, the African-born Italian, who had won the title when it was a vacant championship and won it against Kirkland Laing on points. Back in 1982 that Laing beat the great Roberto Duran, outpointed him in a non-title fight in Detroit. Didn't fight for a year after that, and then when he came back into the ring against an American again, he got badly beat. Fernandez already looking a little red around the eyes. Champion is on the floor and his legs are all over the place. He can't stand up straight. He's on his feet, but the legs have gone. Will the referee let him continue? It's a very slow count by the look of things. And Laing now has his chance. He's got him going. It's all over. It's all over. The gum shield's out of the Frenchman's mouth. He's sprawled face down. He'll never beat this guy. Gone. The legs are totally gone. They can't let him go on, surely. All over. Second round. And Kirkland Laing, who is pushing 36 years, has won the European title at last, and now knows that anything is possible. What a sensational win that is for Laing. He waited his time and then produced the punch that mattered. We can look at that again. He was standing off all the time, teasing the Frenchman, but he does have fast hands, and that was the rocking right-hand punch. And he went face down. That was the second knockdown. And this was how it came about the first time. That was the one. What a stunning right hand that was. Jolted right through to the chin. And he did well to come through that, because his legs had gone. So Laing is the new European champion, the only European champion Britain has at this moment. Well, what a win. Very nearly 36 years old. It takes some believing, but he's done it, and that's a great win. Bobby Neal, the former British featherweight champion, who used to train Lloyd Honeyghan, who, of course, is Lang's stablemate.
That's right, yes.
What do you make of all that?
That was unbelievable. I was so pleased for the boy because he's a wonderful, wonderful professional. They took the chances. They threw a tremendously strong, fast, hard right hand the first time. I thought the count was a long, long count. I would love to see that again. But the second, when he got him up, it was finishing with that was a real professional attitude.
This is the second knockdown again. This is the finish of the fight. Jolting right hand, and then all these followed through. And although he did, in fact, get up before the referee's count of 10, the referee counted him out on his feet. And so, Kirkland Laing, the oldest British champion. I think he must surely be the oldest European champion, too. So a great night for Kirkland Laing. He's had some disasters in his time, and he's disappointed us on so many occasions, and himself. But tonight he's come through with flying colours. And in fact, he's lowered the tricolour tonight in no uncertain fashion.
Yeah. Kirk, you are an amazing man. When you're in the mood, you do it, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
You must be well pleased with that performance.
Yeah, I will always be pleased with my performance. Now, you know, when I lost to Buck Smith, that hurt me, man. I've lost fights before, and you know, it never usually hurt me. But you see, Buck Smith hurt me, and I says never ever again. And I refuse to lose. I mean, I can lose, but not until I'm ready.
Well, we've had some disappointing nights with you, but tonight was great. We're going to show you the two knockdowns again. Just tell me about it. This is the first one.
Talk about the fight.
Yeah, well, I usually size him up, right? Size him up, you know, and I always do the single shot that does it. Single shot, clean one.
Right. Did you think you had him at that point?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
he did well to survive that. This is the second knockdown.
Well, the referee was really lenient with him, man. Hey, look, I could have let off accumulation of punches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, but no, just another one. But I didn't realize I was punching so hard. You know, my trainer saying I'm on the hardest punching welterweight going. I must realize and start believing it.
Now, you've had some disappointments in your time. It's this success has come fairly late in life. Did you ever feel that it might not come, that you'd have to give up without winning anything important?
I have never, ever felt that, and that's it truthfully. You know, I've never got no regrets. I've watched, I made up my mind, I think, 3 years ago to give it my all, to, well, you know, 50% of my dedication. And then suddenly I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There was like Honeygans and that, and it used to hurt me. I mean, Honeygan, I can stand him when he's at 7 day out of 7. This is my beating stick, and he knows it, right? And then he was world champion. And I thought, geez, man, so I persevere, you know? Because I'm a good by nature, things would happen for me. And make it up, see, make it up. Is a champion now. We're friends, make it.
You've still got a lot of faith in Kirkland, and you still think he can win the world title?
Yes, and I'm going to use my best efforts now to try to get Marlon Starling, who is possibly the real champion. He's beaten Breland, and of course, he was the one who beat Lloyd conclusively. The one to try and get now is Marlon Starling, failing him, Mark Breland, for a title fight in England.
Right. You've heard all that. Everything's opening up for you.
Yeah, it will happen. Harry, can you remember in the 72 when I said to you, first time I ever met you, right?
ABA Championship.
In the ABA Championship, Bellevue, Manchester, right? I came up to you and said I was fighting the hot favorite. Was it Vernon Sellers?
Why have you made me wait 18 years?
And I said to you, I'm going to beat him. I'm a European ABA champion. I did, didn't I?
Well done. Congratulations, Kirk.
Thanks, Harry, man.
Quite a character, isn't he? One of Kirkland Lang's good nights, very good nights, and he's now a European champion, and he's done it in a style that gives us time for a bit more boxing.